Exactly. I think what you're seeing is a very complex negotiation to carve up the pie. I mean, I think the sort of easy answer is that rather than seeing the election and seeing political power as deriving from the people, you know, that an election happened and they should respect that outcome, I think how the Iraqi politicians see it is that they were able to demonstrate their relative strength based on the election. And now there's a pie to cut up, and the pie means positions, whether it's the high positions, Prime Minister, Speaker of the Parliament, President, but it's also other positions. Who's going to control what? How are you going? You know, how are things like oil wealth and the split in oil wealth going to be decided? And they're negotiating not really about the outcome of the election. They're negotiating how that pie is going to be split up. And so it's very, very complex. And I think it's just a long, long, complex negotiation. And then you add the outside countries in, and they have their favorites because there are parties that are closer to Iran, there are parties that are closer to the Saudis or to the Turks. And so I think it just ends up being I don't know the terminology in negotiations, but it's a negotiation with probably 100 points to be decided. And it's just taking forever. But at some stage, it's also about stubbornness. I think if any one of the major contestants, and particularly in my opinion, but I think that the incumbent had said, listen, the normal democratic practice is that the party that wins a plurality of seats has the first chance to form government. I'm going to step aside or resign. That would have gone a long way to solving the problem. But in their favor, or I should say to defend Iraqis a little bit, there's no history of democracy. So this idea, we saw it happen in Britain not long after the Iraqi election, where for one moment, I think the British Prime Minister thought maybe I can find a way to stay on. Then he realized, no, that's not how it goes. I lost. I have to step down. But Iraq doesn't have that long history to draw it.